key one, trainer. Sometimes success isn't determined solely by the player's talent or the tactics on the field.
Claro, es que si te quedas un 5 o un 10% por debajo de lo necesario, no es posible vencer al adversario. También todos están luchando para mantenerse en la liga.
Sometimes what truly transforms a team is the character and mindset of its leader.
Con lo cual es muy importante dejar claro desde el principio del partido lo bueno que es el Barça. Y eso es lo que yo quiero que haga el equipo.
Hansi Flick arrived at Barcelona without grandiose speeches, without excuses, without controversy. Instead, he brought humility, hard work, and a winning mentality that has spread throughout the entire dressing room.
Bueno, como comentaba, creo que me ha ayudado muchísimo a poder sacar mi máximo rendimiento. Creo que me ha ayudado mucho a entender pues muchos aspectos del fútbol y sobre todo es una cosa que yo creo que ya tenía, pero que bueno, que él me ha ayudado mucho a sacar mi 100% de dar el máximo en cada entrenamiento de cada partido y creo que así las cosas pueden ir mejor.
How should a player behave when they see their coach looking for solutions rather than assigning blame?
Los números es lo que menos me fijo, prefiero que el equipo vaya ganando los partidos y yo así estoy contento.
That has been the major impact of Flick at Barcelona. When we compare his attitude with that of Xavi Hernández, the contrast is striking.
A mí se me critica por todo, o sea, no me molesta nada. A partir de ahí, ¿qué quieres saber? ¿Si me molesta el sol? Sí, o sea, no voy a cambiar de opinión. Por más memes que me hagan, o sea, el sol nos molesta. El campo seco no nos beneficia, ni a nosotros ni al espectáculo.
While the former Barca coach used to justify defeats by blaming the pitch conditions, the referees, or the lack of experience of his players, Flick faces every challenge with calm and determination.
Yo creo que yo he jugado y soy el entrenador de muchos equipos y he jugado muchos finales y yo creo que como entrenadores ya tenemos que preparar los equipos en una manera buena. Eso es lo más importante para nosotros.
Proof of this was his reaction in critical matches, like the comeback against Benfica or the Copa final against Real Madrid. No shouting or outbursts on the sidelines.
Viene la contra, quiere matar Barcelona, a toda velocidad está Rafinha, enganchó y esto puede ser para un golazo. ¡Gol!
Flick simply adjusted, corrected, and his team responded on the pitch. This composure and leadership have changed the players' mindset. They now feel confident and supported. But his impact hasn't been confined only to the dressing room. From President Laporta to the last employee at the club, everyone has felt his presence. Flick doesn't just train the players, he builds a team. He wants a united, strong and ambitious Barcelona. The fans have noticed the change too. It's no longer just about winning matches, it's about reclaiming Barca's mystique, the feeling that this team is built to win everything by playing spectacular football.
The thing what I want to see, and also my staff want to see, is that we are playing a really good football in the stadium or at home in front of the television for this club, and you can see this on the pitch.
Flick understood this and has been implementing it from day one. Key 2, mentality and discipline. One thing is crystal clear with Flick's Barca: there's no room for complacency. One of the major changes Flick has instilled at FC Barcelona is an uncompromising winning mentality. For him, there is no margin for relaxation, regardless of the score. In his philosophy, every minute counts, every match is an opportunity to improve, and every goal adds to the team's growth.
Lo he dicho antes, que cuando empezamos un partido lo luchamos hasta el final y así es lo que vamos a hacer en todos los partidos y eso evidentemente nos acerca más a las posiciones de las que ahora podemos estar presumiendo. Evidentemente nosotros defendemos a este club tanto en el campo como fuera y hay que seguir con esta mentalidad.
This hunger for victory was evident in several blowouts the team has secured this season. Against Valencia in La Liga, Barca thrashed them 7-1. The players never stopped fighting and kept scoring throughout the match. What's most impressive wasn't just the goal difference, but the attitude of the entire team, from Flick to every player and staff member. He didn't allow any lapse in intensity. He demanded focus, high pressing, and more goals right until the final whistle. The same approach was seen in the Copa del Rey, where Barca once again beat Valencia 5-0 and in a commanding 5-2 victory against Sevilla in La Liga. In all these games, despite the comfortable margins, Flick kept the team on high alert, ensuring there were no moments of disconnection or overconfidence.
5-3. Geddes with Sherlock. Plays it to Morales. Jose Luis Morales, and it is 5! There's no doubt about it now.
With Flick at the helm, that complacency is gone. Now, Barca not only wins, they win with authority. Winning at FC Barcelona isn't just about talent, it's a test of mental resilience. The club demands constant victories, the fans don't forgive mistakes, and the pressure is immense. Not everyone can thrive in this environment, and Hansi Flick knows that better than anyone. Rather than succumbing to pressure or stress, he instills confidence in his system and his players. Flick believes in his model and his squad, and that conviction is evident on the pitch.
Here's Lamine. Oh my goodness, what a player!
The result is evident. Players who were blocked in previous seasons have made a comeback. Robert Lewandowski, who was harshly criticised last year for his inconsistent performance, has regained his killer instinct in the box.
Baldi with a cross, Lewandowski with a header, it's 2-0! Robert Lewandowski is...
Rafinha, criticised for his lack of consistency last season, has become a decisive attacker, showcasing a much more effective and decisive version of himself.
Rafinha away from Bade. Rafinha!
This change isn't by chance. Flick has imposed daily high standards while also managing the dressing room with intelligence. Every player knows they can't afford to relax, that internal competition is fierce, and that anyone who underperforms will be left behind. This has been evident with Ansu Fati, who has been dropped from matchday squads, not due to a lack of talent or ability, but because he isn't giving 100% in training and needs to step up to return to the first team, as Hansi made clear.
And also before the match, and also I think yesterday in the press conference, I spoke with him really honest, and it's not about that okay, you speak with the coach and then next day everything is different, no. But what I can say is that he's on a really good way. He's doing good, and he's close to the team.
This level of demand ensures that the team continues to grow steadily. The key to this Barcelona isn't just the talent of its players, it's the champion mentality that Flick is instilling.
El objetivo del mínimo. El objetivo del mínimo es ganar.
Ganar la Champions.
Claro, esto tiene que ser el objetivo mínimo. En mi opinión, jugar en el Barça, tu objetivo principal es ganar. La Liga, ganar la Champions, ganar la Copa del Rey, la Supercopa. Si está en un club como este y no pone un objetivo como este, está en el club equivocado.
The team doesn't just want to win, they want to win every day, in every match and every training session. This goes hand in hand with Flick's excellent management of the dressing room, a vital factor, especially considering that Xavi had completely lost control of the locker room.
In these kind of crucial moments, you need to be sure to get the ball, and if you don't get it, and I don't know again if you touch the ball or not, you have to stay away, and I prefer, of course, to concede the goal there, or maybe give the striker 1v1, even though he played the ball quite far, so I don't even know if he was able to reach the ball. But give him the opportunity, let our goalkeeper maybe save us, or even concede a goal, because to go down one man, get a red card so early in the game, just kills your game, just kills you.
And he also started committing attitude errors.
Xavi, Está furioso, tarjeta roja, Enzo Olivera para Xavi.
In other words, you can't lose control even if you disagree with a referee's decision or a match situation. If the team has well-established playing routines and a clear understanding of the coach's tactical ideas, then referee errors and VAR interventions become secondary. This brings us to the next key element. Key 3, the tactical and technical framework. One of the most important adjustments Hansi Flick has brought to FC Barcelona is his change in the tactical structure. Whereas under Xavi Hernandez, the team used a 4-3-3 with a single pivot, Flick has opted for a 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot. This change has provided greater balance, defensive solidity, and a much more effective offensive transition. Although the 4-2-3-1 is his main system, the German coach is adaptable to any formation. The goal is to play good football. With the 4-2-3-1 as the primary formation, Barcelona's midfield has become more fluid and powerful. Now the team has two central midfielders who complement each other perfectly, allowing for better distribution and control of the game. With a much more dynamic midfield that enables Barca to dominate matches almost all the time. The pairing of Marc Casado and Pedri, or alternatively Frenkie de Jong and Pedri in the double pivot, has been crucial in this regard. This setup gives Pedri more offensive freedom to come from the second line with assists, control the game's tempo, distribute the ball, and he has also improved in ball recovery, making him one of the best in the team at the moment. On the other hand, Casado and Frenkie bring intensity, clean ball distribution, and defensive work, ensuring the team's balance. One of the major problems under Xavi was that possession became predictable and lacked depth. The team dominated the ball, but failed to create the necessary danger to overpower their opponents. Yes, they achieved high possession percentages, but there were no penetrating passes aimed at breaking down defensive lines, no effective exploitation of the opponent's spaces, and it was nearly impossible to beat teams that parked the bus. With Flick, everything has changed. Now, possession has a clear purpose: to break lines, create numerical superiority, force delays in the opponent's defensive organisation, and attack with verticality. Every pass is intentional. Every play aims to get the ball to the opposition's area as quickly as possible. This is a far more offensive team, and the numbers speak for themselves. This season, Barca has scored 67 league goals, while last season they tallied 79, meaning Flick is just 12 goals away from breaking the previous record. Counting all competitions, the Blaugranas have netted a total of 120 goals. Flick's Barcelona doesn't play to simply retain possession, it plays to inflict damage. This change in mentality and tactical structure has been fundamental in making the team feared once again in Europe. This is closely tied to the league's most lethal attacking trio, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and Rafinha. These three have put up impressive numbers this season. Robert Lewandowski has scored 32 goals and provided 3 assists. Rafinha has 24 goals and 16 assists. And Lamine Yamal has 11 goals and 16 assists. These figures aren't a coincidence. This new style has been key to the explosive offensive output of this trio, boosting their productivity thanks to a more aggressive and unpredictable system. Gone are the days of unnecessary lateral passes that slowed down the game. Now, risky, direct passes with the intent to cause damage are prioritised. Deep, long passes from Kubasi and Inigo Martinez break down defensive lines faster, allowing the forwards to receive the ball in advantage. With fewer safe passes, the emphasis is on attacking quickly, leaving opponents little time to reorganise. As a result, Lewandowski receives more balls in advantageous positions, while Rafinha and Yamal find more space in one-on-one situations, giving them more time to make the right decisions. This wouldn't be possible if Flick hadn't implemented more flexible attacking movements. Because neither Lamine Yamal nor Rafinha are constantly stuck on the wing, they can drift into the centre to combine and create more dangerous opportunities. Additionally, the fullbacks now have a more prominent role. With Yamal and Rafinha moving inward, Balde and Koundé can provide width, further unsettling the opponent's defence. All of these elements lead to overloads and numerical superiority in the opposition's defensive zones. Key 4. The Flick Trap. Since Hansi Flick's arrival, FC Barcelona has adopted a bold defensive strategy, an extremely high defensive line that aims to suffocate the opponent and reduce the available space. This tactic is based on consistently forcing offsides, using the offside trap as a primary tool to dismantle opposing attacks. In the first 36 official matches of the season, Barcelona has forced 201 offsides, leading this statistic in the top 5 European leagues. To put this in perspective, the second team in this ranking, Tottenham Hotspur, has forced only 101 offsides in 39 matches, almost 100 fewer than the Blaugranas. Moreover, this strategy isn't only effective against mid-table teams. With their advanced line, Barca has neutralised even rival stars. A clear example is the Clásico against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, where Barcelona not only won and humiliated the Merengues with 4 spectacular goals, but also forced Real Madrid into offside 12 times. The main casualty was Kylian Mbappe, who had 2 of his goals ruled offside. However, as with everything, this tactic has its drawbacks. Maintaining such a high defensive line requires impeccable tactical discipline and constant communication among the defenders. Any lapse in coordination can be fatal. For instance, in the match against Real Betis, Barca failed to force any offsides and ended up drawing 2-2 after a goal in stoppage time. Another example is the defeat against Las Palmas at Montjuic, where the Canarian team's counterattacks weren't stopped by the Blaugrana's defence.
Good first touch from Sandro. Hits the shot well, and what a moment for Sandro! Fabio Silva's got away here. Can he finish? Can he get a shot away? He can! Las Palmas!
This strategy demands full concentration, and any error can be very costly. In fact, there is even a correlation between the number of offsides Barca forces and the results they obtain. For example, if we analyse Barca's recent losses and draws, we notice that in the 1-0 defeat against Real Sociedad, the Basques were caught offside 3 times, while Barca was caught offside 4 times. In the draw against Getafe, the home side was caught offside twice, whereas Barca was caught offside 4 times. Next, in the loss against Atletico Madrid, the Colchoneros were caught offside 4 times, while Barca was caught offside twice. It's worth noting that although Barca played spectacularly in that match, We're talking about Cholo Simeone's Atletico, experts in counterattacks. Then, in the 1-0 loss against Leganés, Barca was caught offside 3 times, compared to only once for Leganés. And in the 2-2 draw against Betis, the home side was not caught offside at all, while Barca was flagged for offside 4 times. Now, if we look at Barca's recent league wins, we see the following. In the 2-0 home victory against Las Palmas, the Canarians were caught offside 6 times, while Barca was flagged for offside only once. In the 1-0 victory against Rayo Vallecano, Barca was caught offside twice, while the visitors were flagged 5 times. In the away win at Sevilla, Garcia Pimienta's side was flagged 3 times, whereas Barca was offside only once. In the 5-0 triumph over Valencia, the opposition was caught offside 9 times compared to Barca's 2. And in the 1-0 victory against Alaves, Barca was flagged twice, while Alaves saw the offside flag raised 11 times. That is to say, do you see the difference? In matches where Barcelona has forced fewer offsides, the team has tended to draw or even lose. This highlights the importance of defensive coordination and shows how any misalignment can directly impact performance. When everyone is focused and coordinated, it becomes nearly impossible for an opponent to exploit space. The challenge is to consistently achieve positive numbers in every match. But this isn't just about the defensive line. The entire team's high pressing on the opponent's half is fundamental to this strategy. If there's one thing that has changed radically in Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona, it's the way the team presses after losing the ball. It's not merely about chasing down opponents, it's a well-executed plan with compact lines and committed players. Flick has achieved what seemed impossible the previous season, making Barca press with order and aggression without falling apart tactically. One of the secrets of this new system is the closeness between the lines. Whereas in previous years the team would break down easily after losing the ball, now the players only have to cover a few meters to win it back. This is thanks to the central defenders and pivot players always being ready to anticipate and cut off passing lanes. The fullbacks, by maintaining constant high pressure, leave opponents with little room to breathe, forcing them to retreat, play safe passes, or resort to long balls that give Barca the advantage. Meanwhile, the central midfielders, by applying individual marking, eliminate passing options in the middle of the pitch, and the wingers, by closing in, stifle any attempt by the opposition to build play. At the start of the season, one uncertainty regarding the system was the role Lewandowski would play in high pressing. Flick understood that Robert Lewandowski is no longer a young striker capable of pressing non-stop for 90 minutes. Instead of demanding the impossible, the German coach assigned him a more comfortable and efficient task within the pressing system, a change we witnessed in the match against Bayern Munich. Lewandowski now focuses on blocking passing lanes rather than sprinting from side to side. He coordinates the press with his teammates, ensuring that opponents have no easy outlet, and he positions himself intelligently to force errors without excessive physical exertion. This clearly demonstrates that Barca's high press is not an individual effort but a collective one, where every player knows their role and executes the plan with precision. Flick's Barcelona not only attacks well, but also defends by pressing intensely and recovering the ball in key areas. It's a joy to see this Barca press, and that's one of the main reasons the team has regained its competitive identity. Key 5. Redemption of the overlooked, one of Hansi Flick's greatest achievements, has been rescuing players who seemed destined to be discarded under Xavi Hernandez's management. Footballers who were once questioned, relegated to the bench, or even considered transferable have become key pieces in Barcelona thanks to the confidence and new system implemented by the German coach. A clear example is Lewandowski. The Polish striker appeared to be in decline last season. Struggling to score, he netted only 26 goals and provided 9 assists in 49 matches, and he faced criticism for his lack of impact in crucial moments. However, Flick has managed to assign him a more efficient role, allowing him to rest better, avoid physical overexertion, and ensuring he's in the right position to finish plays instead of tiring himself out, pressing or making runs outside the box. The result is that Lewandowski has regained his goal-scoring instincts. Another player is Ferran Torres, who transformed from a bench star, someone you only saw on the sidelines, into a full-blown force, a white shark. Few players have undergone as radical a turnaround as Ferran Torres. Last season, he was more on the outskirts of the team, with rumours of a transfer and limited playing time pointing to an exit last summer. Today, he's a key player, leveraging his mobility, defensive work, and ability to score crucial goals at important moments. Whenever he comes off the bench, he creates chances. He has already accumulated 11 goals and 3 assists, matching his numbers from last season while playing fewer minutes. The next revitalised player is Ronald Araujo, who was on the verge of leaving the team. For months, there were rumours that he might depart for Juventus. Today, he is the team captain and one of the most important figures in Flick's structure. The confidence he has received has been crucial for his growth, and although he still lacks some decisiveness in building play from the back, he remains a key defensive presence. And last but perhaps most importantly, there is undoubtedly Rafinha, previously pigeonholed as a possession-based winger with little real impact. Rafinha, whose departure from the club seemed almost assured, has, under Flick, found a more vertical and direct role. His speed, dribbling and shooting have transformed him into a far more influential attacking player. His 24 goals and 16 assists this season confirm that he is one of Barca's best this year. Key 6, La Masia, Hansi Flick, has come to confirm something crucial at Barca. Quality is found at home, in the academy. While Xavi demanded further signings, despite having brought in Oriol Romeu, João Felix, Cancelo, Íñigo Martínez, Koundé, Lewandowski, Gundogan, Aubameyang, Adama Traoré and Ferran Torres, and already counting on Pedri, Balde, Cubarsí, Lamine, Araujo, Hector Fort, Ansu Fati, Frenkie de Jong and Fermín López, for Xavi that was not enough. Meanwhile, Hansi Flick was impressed by the quality of the academy from day one.
I'm really happy about that, and so also the first weeks we have a lot of players from La Masia, and I also said it many times. I'm really say thank you for the La Masia to work with these players. It's really a lot of fun. So because they are in every second. So the thing what I say about want to have from them, it's the quality, it's the intensity, and then always focused. Always focus on what we are doing.
And it's clear that he has complete confidence in the players born at La Masia. In fact, Marc Casado and Marc Bernal were the long-standing solution to the defensive pivot problem. Cubarsí, Fermín López, Lamine Yamal, Alejandro Balde, Hector Fort and Gavi have been absolutely crucial for Flick. Every year, a new Barca gem emerges with impressive quality, thanks to the club's incredible talent scouting, which knows exactly where and how to find the best prospects to integrate into Barca's formative football and instill the Barca DNA from an early age. Thanks to the excellent coaches in the academy, the club is able to enhance each player's strengths and fully exploit their potential. This is all supported by a methodology where the ball is at the centre of everything. Naturally, this requires a strong mental attitude from each player. This, combined with an effective technical structure that avoids personal rivalries over medals or blame for recruitment decisions, has resulted in excellent coordination. Coaches like Marc Serra, who coordinates the 8-7-a-side teams as well as the under-12 squad, and Sergi Mila, who oversees the 11-a-side teams, comprising the under-13, under-14, Cadet B, Cadet A, Juvenile B and Juvenile A squads, have been pivotal. Together with figures like Alex Sancho, the Barca captain who won the club's first European Cup at Wembley and now serves as the director of youth football, and Tony, his closest collaborator, decisions are made collectively. The overall harmony is positive because everyone agrees on maintaining and enhancing a strong foundation for the Barca academy. For instance, decisions such as having players in their second year of the academy, those in the under-12 team, compete in youth football rather than 7-a-side with kids their own age, are designed to provide tougher competitive challenges so they can fully develop their potential in every match. And of course, the club's top-tier facilities play a vital role, with a team of professionals assisting the youngsters in their studies, as well as handling psychological and everyday life aspects. The Barca DNA is a way of life from the moment the kids arrive at La Masia, which brings us to the final key. By the way, there's a Masterplan at Barca and under Hansi Flick that we'll explain in another video. Key 7, the gem Lamine Yamal. At just 17 years old, Lamine Yamal has established himself as one of the most dazzling prospects in modern football. A product of La Masia, this young talent has demonstrated a maturity and quality on the pitch that promise a career destined to leave its mark. Since his debut in the 2022 to 2023 season, Yamal has experienced a meteoric rise, having played 83 official matches for FC Barcelona's first team. At this moment, he is the top assist provider in La Liga for the 2024 to 2025 season, reflecting his vision and generosity in attack. He has been decisive in important matches for both Barca and the national team. In the Spanish Super Cup, he scored the goal that opened the scoring in the semi-final against Athletic Club, taking the team to the final, and he also found the net in the thrashing of Real Madrid. With the Spanish national team, he became the youngest player ever to play in and win a European Championship, as well as scoring a crucial goal in the semi-finals against France. With a combination of innate talent, work ethic, and the backing of an institution like FC Barcelona, Lamine Yamal is destined to lead a new golden era, both for his club and for the Spanish national team. His story is just beginning, and the world of football watches with enthusiasm every step of his rising career. All of these factors rekindle the passion and hope among Barca fans, the feeling that Barca can compete for any trophy. And even if that trophy isn't won, the most important thing is seeing a competitive, prolific and imposing Barca once again, a team that is on its way to being unstoppable in Europe.